Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to our Briggs lesson. Today, Briggs is going to look a little bit different. We're not going to learn any new sounds today. We're going to be working in our notebook. So the first thing that you're going to need is your Briggs notebook. So go ahead and get this notebook out. I gave you two. The first one was history, which we've already done, and we've made our cover. And then the next one's going to be for Riggs, okay? And there's going to be no cover because it already says Riggs up here. So go ahead and get that out. This lesson today is going to look very different than our other lessons. You might get frustrated. You might even shed a couple of tears because you don't know how to do it and you just can't figure it out. And I'm just here to tell you that that is okay. If you feel frustrated, if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel kind of angry because you can't get it done, or maybe you feel disappointed because you can't get it done, that's okay. We're learning, right? We're learning, and we don't have to get it perfectly right on the first time. Okay? So here are some of our rules for our Briggs notebook. This notebook right here is very special and very important. Not everybody gets a Briggs notebook. Second grade, this is very important. Only you guys have a Briggs notebook. Nobody else in the school has a Briggs notebook. Only you. So this is a very special notebook. TK doesn't get it. Kinder doesn't get it. First grade doesn't get it. Third grade, nobody. Just you have one right now. So it's a very special notebook. And to be honest, you are going to I hope you keep this notebook for the rest of your life. The rest of your life, you will have this notebook to look back on. When you're up in middle school with Mr. Page and he's asking you all of these questions about grammar and about English, guess what you can do? You can say, I have my second grade notebook from Riggs. I'm going to turn to the page where it tells me about what Mr. Page is asking. So you will use this notebook, hopefully, for the rest of your life. So it's very important that when we write in this notebook, you write in the best handwriting that you can, okay? So, as I said, it's very important that you use your best handwriting. No sloppy handwriting. Boys and girls, it is so very important that you use only your best handwriting. I will be very upset and very disappointed if you are using sloppy handwriting. Neat handwriting means you are touching all of your points. You're going up to the middle dotted line, all the way down to the baseline so that it looks immaculate. Immaculate means perfect. Okay. I say that we're not allowed to erase, right? In Riggs, we're not allowed to erase. We cross it off. For this notebook, since it needs to be perfect, I will allow you to erase 1 to 2 times every time we do every time we write in here. 1 to 2 times. That means you only have 2 times to erase. I do not want you erasing more than that. Do you know what that means? If you can only erase 2 times, that means you have to take your time so that it looks perfect. Okay? You must take your time. This assignment today will be very easy, but you need to take your time. Take your time, write it slowly, make sure it looks perfect. I am gonna look through all of my binders when you guys turn these back in. And the person with the best handwriting, I am going to give 30 Class Dojo points. Yeah, you heard me right. 30 Class Dojo points. So, Make sure you are writing neatly. So let's begin. A lot of what I'm going to show you is going to be orally spoken. I'm not going to show you a lot of how to do it. I want you to listen. Just like when I told you how to do the letters, you need to listen because I'm not going to show you how to do a lot of these things. Okay? So just letting you know with that, okay? Let's just start with that. First thing that I want you to do is I want you to open your notebook. I'm not going to show you. I just need you to open your notebook. Okay. Notebook. The first page that you can move around, that page is called the flyaway. Sorry, the fly leaf. The first page that you see is the fly leaf. The first very page. So let me repeat my instructions. The first thing that you need to do right now is open your Riggs notebook. Open it to the first page. The first page on the Riggs notebook is called the fly leaf. Can you say that with me? It's called the fly leaf. Good job. So let's begin. Begin at the top of the fly leaf. Fly leaf. Begin at the top. Begin at the top. Begin just means you have your pencil in your hand. You're not writing anything. You just know you're going to start at the top of the fly leaf. Okay? So again, let me repeat my instructions. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to open our Riggs notebook. We're going to go to the fly leaf, which is the very first page in our notebook. And we're going to start at the top of the page. Begin at the top of the fly leaf, which is the first page. The first line is called the top baseline. So go ahead and grab your pencil and just point at the first line. That first line at the top. The first vertical line at the top. It's called the top baseline. Okay? We already know that. As we have already learned from our phonogram practice, right? Starting at the top baseline, count down 10 baselines. Let me just say that again. We're going to start at the top of the page. I want you to point to the top baseline. Now I want you to point to the baseline. Good. Now I want you to count 10 baselines and then put your finger and stop at the 10th baseline, okay? So let's count together. We're at the first baseline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, boys and girls. So I'm going to show you what my notebook looks like, okay? I'm erasing it so that I can do it again with you. Okay. I told you I was going to do a lot of this oral instruction, and I did. Now I want to show you. Okay. Mine has a little bit of a weird thing at the top because I put a label and then I took it off. So we open our notebook. We open to the fly leaf. This is the fly leaf. Put your pencil at the top baseline, the first top baseline. Now show me the baseline. Now I want you to count 10 baselines down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're stopping right here. 10 baseline. Put your finger right there. Now, on the 10th baseline, right here where your finger is, indent about 5 spaces. Indent means we are going to skip spaces. 5. Do you see these little dots in the middle dotted line, those dots? You're going to count 5 from the margin. This is the margin. Count 5. 1. I know there's one right here that's like in the middle of the margin. Don't count that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Indent about 5 spaces. Remember, indent means to push to the right. Push to the right, right? I don't want you guys erasing. Remember, this has to be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm at the 5 right here. And with your black pencil, this is my black pencil, write my English notebook. Remember, capitalize all of the 3 words. My, remember, I'm gonna capitalize the first letter, my, because it's a title. Titles, the beginning of every word in a title is capitalized except if it's a preposition or an article. So my, give it a little bit of space, capitalize the E, English, make sure it's perfect. Take your time, start at the 2, go up and around, touch middle dotted line, go up, stop at the 2, pull a line down and curve from 4 to 8. My English, make sure it's perfect. Take your time. My English notebook. Only these 3 letters are capitalized because it's the beginning of it's the title. My English notebook. Write that down. Put pause if you need a little bit more help. A little bit more time, I'm sorry. Okay, we're done. Now that you're done, this is how it should look. My English notebook. You're gonna flip the page. Flip the page. So I've done this already, but I want you to flip the page. Flip the page. The flyleaf, flip the page. Good. Now turn the page. This double page will contain the table of contents. This double page, 1, 2. 1, 2, double page. This double page will contain your table of contents. Flyleaf, flip the page. This page you should be on right now. The table of contents. A table of contents, every good book, boys and girls, has a table of contents. Can you say that with me? Table of contents. Please do not do anything right now. If you are writing down numbers right now, you are not doing what I'm asking you to do. Do not write anything down. You should only be listening to me. A table of contents, every good book has a table of contents. A table of contents is a list of every single thing that is in the book. So let's say there's a book about pizza, right? So my table of contents would have a section that would say pepperoni, cheese, the crust, the sauce, the box that it goes in, right? So you would have all these different things. And so let's say I just want to know where it talks about pepperoni. I don't want to know about the cheese or the crust, or it's a book on pizza, right? And it has all these different ingredients on how to make pizza, but I only want to know about the pepperoni. So I go to the table of contents, because the table of contents will tell me everything that is inside the book. The table of contents will help me find what I want to find in the book. So let's say it's a book about pizza. I want to know what pepperoni, where to find about pepperoni. Well, I go here and I go, oh, this says pepperoni. And so I flip to that page. Okay. On the first baseline, again with your black pencil, on the first baseline, start 10 spaces ahead of the sewn binding. This right here, boys and girls, is the sewn binding. Somebody sewed this binding. Can you see that? So we're gonna start 10 spaces from the sewn binding. I'm gonna use the middle dotted line down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I'm starting on the first baseline. So this isn't the first baseline, this one is. So I'm gonna write table, capitalize that T. We are not capitalizing the O because it is a preposition, but we will capitalize the C. So go ahead and write in your best handwriting. Table, take your time. Table of contents. In your best handwriting, boys and girls. Take your time. Put pause and write table of contents. Okay, now that you're done with that, okay. Since important words in the title are capitalized, please capitalize the word table and contents. Of is not capitalized. The double page will make 2 columns for the table of contents. Our first and second margins are the bold red vertical lines at the left of each side of the double page. These are our margins. 1 margin, 2 margins. Again, let me repeat that. The double page, this page, will make 2 columns for our table of contents. Our first and second margin lines are the bold red vertical lines at the left of each side of the double page. Start counting at the top baseline. Start counting at the top baseline. Skip the next line, skip the next baseline, and on the third baseline, just in front of the bold red margin with black, write the numeral 1A. Let me repeat that again. Start counting at the top baseline. Skip the next baseline. I'm going to skip this one. And on the third baseline, this one, just in front of the bold red margin, just in front, with the numeral 1A, add a period. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to write the number 1A right here. The third baseline. 1 baseline, 2 baseline, 3 baseline. Write the number 1 right here. 1A and a period. Okay. On the right side of the red margin, with the black, with your black pencil, we will make our first entry in the table of contents. This table of contents page is not numbered. The title for page 1A is Consonants, Vowels, and Silent Final E's. We're going to write this down. The first entry in our table of contents, the first thing that we're going to write down for 1A is consonants, vowels, and silent final E's. Since important words and titles are capitalized, we will capitalize consonants, comma. We will capitalize vowels, comma, and we will capitalize silent final E's. The E will not be capitalized. So put pause and write this very, very neatly. Put pause right now and write it very neatly. Okay, now that you're done. Now, to save time and confusion later, listen very carefully, boys and girls, we will add entry numbers in the first column on the table of contents. These are entry numbers. This is an entry number. We will place these numbers one after the other, moving down the next to the red bold margin. Turn to the table of contents page under 1A. On the next line, write 2A, period. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Please, it will save you so many tears and so much frustration. Listen to my instructions. Do not get ahead of yourself. 1A. Now you're going to write 2A with a period before the red margin line. Do not go after the red margin line. The next line will say 3 with a period. We're not putting an A. The next line we will put a 3 with a period. Continue to the next baseline. Write 4A, period. Then 5A, period. 6A, period. 7, period. 8A, period. 9A, period. 10A, period. 11A, period. 12A, period. 13A, period. 14A, period. And 15. No A after 15. 15, period. Now check to see if you have added a period after each number. Okay. Put pause and go ahead and copy that down. That is it for today, boys and girls. I know that was a lot. Thank you for being very patient with me. And we will continue to work on this tomorrow. And we will continue to work on that. Okay. God bless you all. Totus tuus, Maria.